Follow-up video of the previous ones. Dark matter is a grub theme. Somebody mentioned it in Telegram. I made my own radar theme on Basic, just educational, not gonna use it. But what if I wanted to use, right? Even so, an educational idea, not gonna use it. But what if I want to actually package it? So we have this radar grub theme that you can git clone. And where can you get it? Control H. It's always in here, the config. You can get it from Erik Dubois radar grub theme. That's where you can find it. github.com/Erik Dubois/radar grub theme. But fine. What if I want to do sudo pacman -s radar grub theme? That's something different. That's explaining how to build packages, and it's already, of course, explained. But it can't hurt if we do some more explanations, and let's do Control G. That's better. And if you do ArcoLinux and you do package build, see what you get. And you get here information, package build, package build, package build, package build. So everywhere where we explain something about how to build a package, then you check it out, right? If that's your thing to learn, if you're that advanced or whatever you want to call it, if you're ready to learn about how do I create a package build, then that's what you need to search for. So I have a project that's called edu. Everything from Erik Dubois. It's not part of ArcoLinux, but you can install it because it's on the Nemesis repo, and that's the Nemesis repo. Inside here are things called PKGBUILD. So if pacman knows those packages, thanks to the database it's gonna download, then you can say sudo pacman -s. So I want to create a package called edu-radar-grub-theme. Yeah. So there are package builds that I've created already. Here are the package builds. So one of those guys might be doing the trick, and there is nothing really in there that I really use. I can reuse, but it's always interesting if you have already a package build, then you can work on that, and it's the least amount of time to change it. That's the kind of thing, return on investment. Put time in and get it quickly done. So that's the question always. I think I'm gonna take this one, Control C, Control V, and then give it a name, radar grub theme. Now me, I'm more a kind of guy that says in my brain I go from the big entity to something smaller. So grub is for me the first kind of thing. So grub, I would put that first, like XFCE4 is first, and then the config and so on. So grub would be my thing, my reasoning behind it, and then radar theme. That would be my naming convention in my brain. So edu grub radar theme. Now in here is of course something else, totally different. It's not gonna call it something else. So I need to change anything that's XFCE git needs to be changed. So grub radar, it's good, right? Theme, yeah, theme. So we know what it's about. A radar theme or grub theme radar. I have to decide now. Is it grub theme radar or is it grub radar theme? It's a radar theme. Let's keep it, right? A radar theme. Now, some of the things I can reuse. First of all, with the 23 I mean. Yeah, 23rd, correct. 03 is the first package I'll ever create. It's a grub theme. Grub theme for ArcoLinux that can stay, of course, from edu. Where's it coming from? It's actually coming from Erik Dubois, that's correct. And then radar grub theme, I think. So the naming, I'm making myself it actually more difficult than it needs to be, right? Just give it the same name as the one that you're downloading it. Erik, why make it difficult? This is my thing, it's not an ArcoLinux thing, so rules really don't apply. Do whatever you want, name it whatever you want, but make it sensible, make it easy for yourself. So if it's called, where are you? I am missing it. Right. And this one is radar-grub theme. So we better call it radar-grub theme. And actually, let's include it in the video. So radar-grub theme, I'll move it in here, which makes more sense. And it's together. Now I'll do all kinds of strange things. I will call it edu-radar-grub-theme, right? That's okay, that's cool. If Ctrl-Alt-V, if you do the same online, close other tabs. So it's not called a radar-grub-theme, it's called settings, edu-radar-grub-theme, rename. So let's keep edu-radar-grub-theme, that's what I need to remember. Edu-radar-grub-theme, edu-radar-grub-theme. Okay. Package name is radar-grub-theme without the git, and the rest we'll see later. So it's now called edu-radar-grub-theme. Let's not forget to change this here as well. So config, go look it inside, go find it inside edu-radar-grub-theme. So save, quit, and if I push this online, there shouldn't be any issues. You should say, we're all good. So this is a test push, and sometimes you'll see me these words, and these words will not go on there because nothing has changed. You won't see this. Sometimes something was changed, even like an accent or a space or something, and then you'll see that particular text test push. So we got ourselves a new name. edu-radar-grub-theme is the one that I should type, sudo pacman -s. Okay, fine. Then I need to package it. So this is changed on GitHub, it is changed locally. I can push. Now I got to go to the package build, which is going to be edu-radar-grub-theme. Let's keep naming it in the same way. Radar-grub-theme. edu-radar-grub-theme. Package build, edu-radar-grub-theme-git, edu-radar-grub-theme. And then we'll have to investigate. We have to go to here, and it's on this content is all I need is this, right? This is what I need, and all the rest I don't need. Now the two things you can do, and I kind of like that way, is mimicking the place where everything will be, mimicking the file system, the file directories like /boot, /grub, I guess, and themes, and so I know that's where it's going without really thinking, and it's visual, right? It's visual. So what I'm saying is, it's just a workflow. You do whatever you want, right? But start with something that helps to control or limit mistakes. This is where it should go. Here the theme should come, boot grub themes. So if that's the URL, boot grub themes, you remember that, boot grub themes, why not create a folder called boot, and then inside boot grub, and inside grub themes. That's what I'm talking about. So you have the structure, And without thinking, you know, that's where it's gonna go, right? Because this, 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 and this, and the license can go as well. Okay, but not the boot, right? So X inside boot grub themes will put this. Now, true. When we run this, that's when the theme gets set. So that's a problem. This thing runs and sets the settings. Okay. So basically, I need the files, the output files of this particular thing. Now, this is going to be tricky. Or I do this in VirtualBox, or I do this on the ISO builder, which I'm not a fan of, but I've done already the exercise on other machines, so it's okay. I can do it without danger. Or I'm gonna see Alt T by Super F7 and do it in VirtualBox. There's no problem, right? This is radar. What I've done here, I think, is colorful icons, right? So if I'm not sure, remember right control F, full screen, go for dark matter and run it. So sudo Python, which is Python 3, and then dark matter theme py. First we need to uninstall it, -u, to be sure. Yes, we have to say no such file. Okay, and then we say install for 6. What I'd like to keep forever and ever as a default is 1080 and colorful, right? Colorful icons. So whatever is inside my theme now, here, the virtual machine, is what I like. This is what I want to have on my future systems. That's in here, radar. This is what I want. So basically, this is what I need to copy. Copy to my desktop, Control V, and then extract, nope, not extract, create archive, then Control F, go to my machine, to the file manager, log in to my machine, home, Erik, desktop, home, Erik, desktop, radar, move it to the left, so this one. This one we can close, the VirtualBox we can close. It has done its work. So we go to the desktop. So this is going to be the desktop, radar, not that one, not that one, this one. Extract here. This is my radar folder. This is what needs to go in the boot grub themes. So this is the one that I need. Cut for here, there, there, here. This is what I need. The other thing is the source. The other thing is the source. So the boot, the grub, themes, this is actually also wrong because it's called themes. It's not themes, it's radar. But okay, this is not okay, right? So this needs to go here. That's the source where you create the others with. So this is the source for radar. And this is the theme radar itself. So X, boot, grub, themes. Now we're getting somewhere. We can always compare, right? Did I do it correctly? Yes, no. Where do I see it? Boot, grub, themes, star fields. So it's not on this machine, but the pathway is important. Boot, grub, themes, and then radar. Okay. Let's remove some things. This can go, and that can go. That can go. This we're gonna refresh in a bit, so we get source there. This can go, and there we are. So summary, we've got ourselves an edu-radar-grub theme. This is the one that needs to go inside our future system, boot, grub, themes, and then radar. It's set for 1080 at this point in time. That's good for me, maybe not good for you, right? Source is the one where we run everything and then it gets installed and we just copy paste everything over. All right. And now we're gonna put everything online. So if you want to know, because maybe you'd like to see this, this is the source, right? And the source is 212 megabyte. Path added, and so the boot, grub, and so on has been added. This isn't big. Don't think so. Let's see. Then we know how big. 2.7 megabyte, being the wallpaper being the biggest thing. Eh? So that's done. It's online, so you can check it out. Boot, grub, themes, radar. There you find the stuff, and that's the source how we created everything. And voila. Now I need to have a package build, so we're getting there. We're setting everything ready, so it's easier for me later on. So that's not the path where everything needs to go. The destination of this thing needs to be boot, grub, themes, correct? Destination 2 is not needed. Deleting is one thing, putting a hashtag in front of it is exactly the same thing. So destination 2 is not going to be used at this point in time, but when you do a copy paste later on with something, then you can use it again. edu-radar-grub-theme is gonna work. Eh? Conflicts with these guys, there is no conflict possible, so no conflicts. It's going to go to that package name, edu-radar-grub-theme, and we save this. So because of when I use this variable, later on it's gonna say I'm gonna make a directory in the package directory destination name, and in there I'm gonna copy paste everything over. So that's the fun with variables. You don't need to change them all then afterwards. I mean, change the let's go to the package build. If lots of variables are the same, not that much to change. Where are you? Here he is. What's this? Always forget to do that. The files have been installed to. Yep, that's true, but in this case it's boot, grub, themes, voila. And let's take a look at the second line. So actually we can add here a next, so a next line, and then we can remove this one. Save. Let's try. This is a script that built it, but the thing to actually, well, test it out first is make a package. Now you check everything out. Did I forget something? edu-radar-grub-theme. Takes a while, 200 megabyte. And then there's a file and a problem with the license. We tend to to not forget that license are important. Where did I put those license? Source either license, no such file, or radar. We can use his license, meaning that we use the license of the source, this one, Control C, and put it, I think, on this level, radar grub theme license. So we use the license from the developer himself. Have to up it again. Hola. License, they write it like this. I see all kind of ways to write it, and here we have license. So let's try again. All right, so that's check. Now, what did he create? Let's go back to the package build. Package build, package build, package build, package build. Let's go in there. This is the package. edu-radar-grub-theme-git, check. Oh yeah, user locate, user share, ArcoLinux licenses, edu-radar-grub, that's the license that's in there. And then boot, grub, themes, radar, and our background. So it's good to go, right? You would think it would be good to go. Now if I want to test this before deploying anything, Control C, desktop, Control V, I go to my virtual machine, Super F7, launch this, Control F, I go in here, then we do a Control F, we tell them machine file manager, we log in, we go for home, Erik, desktop, home, Erik, desktop, where are you? Desktop. So here we have a package, right mouse click is not working, we have to click here. All right, this can go, so a close is in order. This big again, look at that, we've got a package to install with open terminal, sudo pacman minus you install this, right? You've built it, you install it, it's a U, not an S. And then we see. Now, yeah, I thought so. Of course, this will conflict with something else, right? Something that it's not supposed to be there. So first of all, I need to clean it out. So dark matter grub is there. And we need to sudo python and then dark matter minus u, and then this gets uninstalled. Yep, and a yes, enter, meaning ls boot grub themes, radar, starfield, and vmix. There's still a radar in there now. I wonder. But there were conflicts, right? Radar, what's all this? Radar. Okay, let's try this again. That's the dark matter. I got it. Remember that we made a copy paste? Right? So sudo python radar minus u uninstall, and yes, please get rid of it. Let's go graphical this time, boot on grub, and then themes. Bye bye. Then we go back to this one, arrow up, arrow up, arrow up, arrow up. That's the one. Could not find. No. Okay, cool. Sure. Right mouse click, open terminal. We have to be on the desktop. Sudo pacman minus u will install edu something. And if it works, the only thing I have to do is put it on the that's dangerous. What it doesn't do is update grub. No problem, no biggie. What we'll do is tell them that he should. That's what we do. So the readme install is not just for read, it's also for alias update grub. 25 minutes in, okay. This it's Control Super Control Shift C, make this a little bit bigger. Text is one thing, but I can actually put a command in here. Now, since this is run as sudo, as root, as admin, this is enough. So if you upgrade it, go to post install, it shows you, hey, we've added radar. Let's type radar there, and then go and update our grub. Otherwise, we'll not see anything. So this way, with the README install, and there are other options here as well. If you go and have a look at the Arch Wiki, you can add more things to it. Also, post remove and so on. Lots of things. You can uninstall. What was the name again? You check it out. You can add it, and it'll be fine. So that will be actually my build number 2 then. Save. It's a good approach to always up the number. You change something, you up the number, because if you put something on repositories, it's gonna, well, mess with things. So up the number, as simple as that. So this thing is old, that thing is old, that thing is old, that's not needed. This is all that's needed. And again, make the package, this time number 2. The source is being downloaded. Ctrl H. There you are. And then it does its thing with it. And in here is your structure. Boot, grub, themes, radar. There you are. And the rest was a license. So this one needs to be tested again. Ctrl C, desktop, delete, Ctrl V, go back to here, go back to machine, file manager. This is the work I do, right? This is ArcoLinux, this is the way I do. So back office explanations. If you're thinking of making a distro, think again, right? A lot of work. You gotta like it, otherwise it'll be a one-day fly, as they say. So that one is number 1. That one is number 2. This one I don't need. I want to need all complications. Get rid of possible errors. Sudo pacman -u install edu-radar-grub. Click, enter. Click, and now he's running the command afterwards. The files have been installed to radar, and this thing is making sure that if I do sudo reboot now, like anybody would do, immediately see how it's looking, right? Then the grub ran, right? And we see it's not working. Okay, so then we analyze. What did we forget? What's not okay? Did we make typos? Is there another name we should use? Computer, file system, boot, grub, themes, radar, small r, check. Background is here, theme text, radar grub theme. Why is it not applied? That's what we need to figure out now. Okay, right, yes. Okay, so file system, etc, default, grub. What changed? Nothing. Well, something, I guess, because everything was black. I don't see it, so Ctrl F, theme. Theme. Find. That's it. That's it, is it? So no mention of Vimix anymore. Nope, no mention of Vimix anymore. But as you saw, there was something besides it, right? Open with default application, Sublime text, Vimix. No. Theme. Here we have dark matter as the theme. And here, line 48, it's all gone. The bit of code is gone. Who deleted it? Who was responsible to delete it? Grub. Control Shift 2 and 14 o'clock 26. So 7 minutes ago this was changed. This was changed 7 minutes ago. And this was used to be. Who changed it? I think we better start with something default again, so I know what's going on. We have backups. Let's see if that's inside our backups. User, share. No, I think it's user share, local, share, ArcoLinux, grub. That's our default grub. Control A, Control C. That's now our default grub. Control A, Control V. In here is grub themes Vimix. Save. Okay. Then we update grub. Update grub. And everything should be back again. Let's try that out. Always start with the clean install again. Or in this case, I know what file it is. I changed one file and we're back in the clean install for grub. And now I'm installing the desktop again. What does it do? What does it do? File system, etc, default, grub. That's open. Desktop, terminal, this guy there, that guy there, sudo pacman, no white type, right? This one. And if we say yes, that's better. Nothing changes. That's normal. We didn't tell him to change it, so it must have been with the script. So if we install edu-radar-grub-theme, at this point in time, it will not be changed. So what I need to do, if I can show you if it's not installed or not, sudo reboot, right? Nothing will be changed. So what I need to tell him is if you install it, the theme also changes inside etc default and then update grub again. So I need a nice little copy paste from somewhere where I can say go and grab that code that's on default ArcoLinux. And of course we're assuming that you're on ArcoLinux. That's always an assumption, otherwise things will not work with what I do, because the default is here. And let's make this bigger. The grub theme needs to become boot grub themes, not Vimix, but radar. Actually, Vimix control find is only once there, so I can tell him if you find Vimix with a capital V, replace it with radar, and that will be that for us on ArcoLinux. If Vimix is not installed, everything will stay the same, and you have to do it manually. Alright, got it? It needs to change. How do I change my Vimix here? Bye. None of it. Yeah, by actually going outside the VirtualBox, Erik. Yeah. Going outside the VirtualBox, back to this. Whoa, that was it. This one, right? I need to tell him before he's going to grub make package and all that, it's Vimix that needs to become radar. How do I say that? I go venture and look in my system here. I have lots of scripts and I'm gonna look for replace. Now I like to, let me first search and then talk. I like to keep everything kind of simple so I can read it after 5 years and still understand it, and that's by putting everything not in a one-liner but in few lines, so I still learn and I know what's going on in this script. What did I do, right? Echo, what do you want to replace? Read the find, what you want to replace it with. I know what I'm gonna replace it with. So find me set. I know what to find. Find me the etc default grub. I think it's just grub, not grub config or something. Let's quickly see. Computer file system etc default grub. Yes, cool. Find me that file. If you find that file, then if you see Vimix in there, so Vimix in there, replace it with radar in there. That's it. All the rest is good. And this was just to show you something. So one line more. Set minus I s Vimix radar g etc. Okay, let's see if that works. That means that we got a new build to make. So that one goes, that one goes, that one goes, that one goes. Number 3. Save, quit, and build it. And you can't test this. You need to install it. You can't see it. This doesn't tell you anything. It's something that runs after. So basically, Control C, desktop, Control V, make this bigger, right? That's that. So the machine, home, Erik, my mouse, desktop, home, Erik, desktop, this one there. Now that one needs to go. Close, Control right, Control F. We're back in the virtual machine. This is old, and we're gonna say sudo pacman minus u are going to install this thing. So files is one thing, afterwards it needs to change something. Let's have a look. Did he do it? Yay, right? He told grub etc default grub we told him to take radar, and later on we make our new grub. I keep my fingers crossed, you never know. And then reboot. Yes, right, that feels good. Et voila. And then the whole story is at an end. Now you have seen code from somebody else, change it, put it on the GitHub, package it, and now the last thing I need to do is, well, put it on my repo. That's it. So let's do it to the finishing. So the two things I can now stop this. So this is okay. Number 3's version is okay. This can stop. This has changed. Has not changed. The edu-skel has changed. We can put that online so you can have a look at it. So the skel, how did I build this? How did I do this? Like this. That's online. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Package build. It's one of the guys that does not have. Or is that a mistake? Let's see. No. Can be replaced with this one. So this is just maintenance stuff. Control V. Replace, yeah. So it should work with this one as well. So first maybe setup, and then my up script rather than the old script. And then problems. Update. Yeah. Okay, I know what it is. Don't do this. Don't put that in there. Don't put this in there. Don't put that in there. This I'll delete and do that again. Update. Voila, you got yourself the code for edu-radar-grub theme. So the whole story is online and you can check it out. Change a few things and you got yourself another name, edu blah blah grub theme, right? It's not yet, the package is as of yet not on the system online. So now that I know that it's working, I'm using the script to basically do a make package, but also put it on the repo. So it's gonna go by default inside Nemesis repo, which is here, which then, and that's a clean shroot, that's why we see that. That's a better way of building things. And then you do an up if everything is done. It's still busy here. So it will come in here with the other edu guys, so I can do later on the radar grub theme here. Sudo pacman -s will be available in a few minutes. GitHub is always a bit slow in divulging the databases to the users, but okay, it's free. Remember always that it's free. edu-radar-grub theme done. It's there. Let's have a look. edu-radar-grub theme number 3 is going to go online, adding packages. So in a while, in a bit, you'll have that. And that's the whole story. I think that's the end of the story. There's not much more to tell. From A to Z, how a post on Telegram ended up in a package for me personally, not ArcoLinux, Erik Dubois on his personal ArcoLinux Nemesis repo here, and I can use it and install it if I wanted with a sudo pacman -s, a few extra lines to change our Vimix, of course, not something else that's on another distro. It will not be Vimix, it will be something else. but that's not the point, right? We want to make something for us, not for the world. So Vmix is changed. And that's all it is. Empty trash. Voila. I've waited a little bit of time. Maybe it's still too soon, but let's update Nemesis repo. Sudo pacman -s edu. And radar-grub theme is there, right? It's there. The package exists. And you can say, yes, I'll install it. And it will change all kind of things. And we'll change Vmix into radar, but it was already radar, so nothing will happen. And this is indeed the ISO builder, so I have to wash out, I'll reboot and have radar there. So not what I wanted, so I get rid of it later and install Vmix again. Easy to do. We have the ArcoLinux tweak tool. Click, click, back in. All right, I hope it was educational. So all about what is behind the curtains, ArcoLinux, what happens. You get something, but how much work does it entail, and what's the workflow? And for a little thing like this, it's 46 minutes of work. All right, cheers.